From Shannon Richardson getting sent to jail for trying to poison the president, to Danny Masterson serving a whopping 30 years in prison for his inappropriate acts with women. These are the actors that are currently rotting in jail and the reasons why. Now, this story is so crazy they might just make a movie out of it. After all, it's not every day you see a Hollywood celebrity try to poison the president. But in 2013, Shannon Richardson, the Vampire Diaries actress, did exactly that. Let's just say she was making headlines for all the wrong reasons. After all, Shannon shocked everyone when she admitted to sending letters sprinkled with ricin to none other than former President Barack Obama. Yeah, you heard that right. She did this through 3 letters packed with the toxic compound that were mysteriously mailed from Shreveport, Louisiana. Now, the deadly ingredient in the mix was traced back to castor beans. Imagine the investigations pointing straight at Shannon, revealing she'd recently purchased not just castor beans, but also lye, another key component in this poisonous concoction. When the truth started unraveling, Shannon attempted to play the blame game, pointing fingers at her husband. But the courts weren't buying it. With a lifetime behind bars looming on the horizon, Shannon had to face the music. The plea deal was her only lifeline, and well, she snagged it. Fast forward to the aftermath. Instead of a lifetime sentence, Shannon got slapped with 18 years in prison. Oh, and there's more. The court wasn't done. They ordered her to cough up a whopping $367,000 in restitution. Talk about a shocking turn of events. Really though, can you imagine throwing away a possible career in Hollywood just because you hated the president so much you tried to poison him? It sounds too crazy to be true, and the same can be said for this next actor. I'm talking about Ryan Grantham. Some of y'all might remember Ryan as the sweet little kid from Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Well, hold on to your seats because his career took a seriously dark turn. And not just because the guy had to star in Riverdale of all shows to get by. Turns out, in 2022, Ryan let everyone utterly shocked when he was handed a life sentence for a crime that sounds straight out of a crime thriller. His own mother, Barbara White, innocently playing the piano in their Canadian home, had no idea that her 21-year-old son was about to change their lives forever. In a chilling act, Ryan shot her in the back of the head with a handgun. And get this, unlike many criminals who try to evade justice, Ryan did something unexpected. He turned himself in. No wild goose chase for the authorities this time. And not only did he confess to shooting his mom, but he dropped another bombshell. He had plans to assassinate Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and carry out a mass shooting. Thankfully, law enforcement managed to intervene. Before those scary plans could see the light of day, Grantham found himself behind bars, and that's where he's staying for the foreseeable future. His lawyers tried to soften the blow, campaigning for a more lenient sentence, but Judge Kathleen Kerr wasn't having it. The only concession? Ryan can apply for parole, but not until he's served a whopping 14 years in prison. So yeah, that day is a long way off. And just when you thought things couldn't get any more crazier, here comes Joe Exotic. Yep, the man who shot to global stardom with the 2020 Netflix docuseries, Tiger King. Folks know him as the guy caring for exotic big cats at the GW Zoo in Wynwood, Oklahoma. But hold on, his fame was a fleeting 2 minutes in the spotlight. Fast forward to September 2018, and Joe's world came crashing down. The former Netflix star found himself behind bars. And here's why. Law enforcement dropped the bombshell that Joe had tried to hire a hitman to take out none other than fellow animal rights activist Carol Baskin. Yeah, the drama went from taking care of big cats to a real-life murder-for-hire plot. The backstory? Well, Carol had become Joe's nemesis after accusing him of animal abuse. Investigations dug deep, revealing that Joe had reached out to an undercover FBI agent in December 2017, offering a cool $10,000 to get the job done. But that's not all. Carol added fuel to the fire by accusing Joe of a truly jaw-dropping crime. She claimed he'd killed and fed her ex-husband, Don Lewis, to his tigers. Now let's talk about the consequences. In 2019, Joe Exotic faced the music, receiving a whopping 22 years in prison. He got nailed on 2 counts of attempted murder for hire and 17 federal charges of animal abuse. Investigations even revealed he was responsible for killing 5 tigers and falsifying zoo records. But in the end, Carol remained disappointed. That's because Jo wasn't convicted for her husband's disappearance. And turns out that even MCU stars have thrown their lives away by committing crimes. Just take a look at Zara Fithian. Now, she might not be one of the main stars, but Zara had a small role in the movie Doctor Strange. But her time in the limelight was cut short because, along with her husband, she was charged with a truly heinous crime. Apparently, she'd been involved in inappropriate activities with a 13-year-old. Not only did she force the victim to drink alcohol, despite her young age, but she reportedly conducted activities that were, well, totally not right for anyone who's basically a child. Sadly, the abuse went on for 3 years. So it's no surprise that when their actions were discovered, the couple were quickly put on trial and sent to prison. She got an 8-year-long trip to jail at the Foston Hall prison in Derbyshire. Zara's father claimed that her actions were a result of the impact her husband had on her. Despite everything, he still visits her and states that she's looking to complete a sports degree while she's in prison. Well, she'll definitely have a lot of time to do just that, because something tells me the Avengers won't be dropping in and saving her out of this mess. Plus, it seems even reality TV stars can't avoid the crime life. I mean, Todd and Julie Chrisley definitely couldn't. These two were the stars of Chrisley Knows Best. You know, the reality TV show that took the world by storm in 2014, showcasing the daily lives of the Chrisleys and their kids. But hey, as you're about to find out, not everything that glitters is gold. Todd, the entrepreneurial and real estate wizard, led his family into a life of comfort. But the fairy tale took a sharp detour in 2019 when the couple was hit with a barrage of charges. I'm talking conspiracy, bank fraud, tax evasion, and wire fraud. The courtroom drama unfolded swiftly, concluding on June 7, 2022, with a disappointing verdict for the Chrisleys, guilty on all accounts. As of now, Todd is serving a 12-year sentence at FPC Pensacola, while Julie is counting down the days at FMC Lexington, Kentucky, with a 7-year sentence. But hold on, fate threw a curveball in 2023. The court decided to cut the Chrisleys some slack, shortening their sentences. Todd is now set to walk free in 2033, and Julie will be out in 2028. But it doesn't look like they'll be having a fun time until then. Recently, Savannah Chrisley revealed that her father, Todd, was being targeted in prison by the guards after he chose to speak out about the poor living conditions there. Looks like he's getting some extra harsh treatment, but hey, prison life isn't anything like the comforts of reality TV, that's for sure. But Todd should have considered that before he decided to commit all those crimes, don't you think? Finally, there's one other famous star who recently got sentenced to a long time in jail. Yep, I'm talking about Danny Masterson. The That 70s Show star found himself in some hot water recently, and honestly, that's putting it very mildly. Masterson was sentenced to a whopping 30 years in jail because of some inappropriate activities he did to 2 women. A total of 4 women had accused the actor of some seriously wrong acts between the years of 2001 and 2003. The allegations came to light in 2017, and since then, his career has taken a massive hit. Not only was he let go from a number of projects he was working on, but with the evidence mounting against him, it was quite clear that his days as a free man were coming to an end. And want to hear the weirdest part? Masterson was apparently affiliated with the Church of Scientology, and members of the organization even harassed the women, going as far as to break the windows of their house and taking their pictures without permission. But in the end, nothing could save him because the judge went ahead and gave him that jaw-dropping sentence. Fans couldn't believe that he'd done such horrible things. But it goes to show that you really don't know what the actual lives of Hollywood celebrities are really like. So, from Danny Masterson getting a whopping 30 years in prison, to Shannon Richardson being sent to jail for trying to poison the president, those were the actors that are currently rotting in jail and the reasons why.